If you're tuning in now or after the live, please make sure to hit that like button, as it will greatly help push this through the analytics, and it will help more of our community reach this. I believe we have a lot to offer to the XRP community, to the crypto community. So if you would share this far and wide on social media and like this live, it would really help push this content more than I think anybody realizes. I was just going to do my normal morning update, but I decided to do a live. I don't know if it's going to be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And we'll see how it goes. But I want to go through this information and see if we have an active discussion. Tonight, I won't be here for the normal live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because Michigan's playing in the national championship tonight. So I'm going to go over to my dad's around 5:30. So my updates are going to be earlier today. It won't be as much late, but I'm just being transparent because I will not be even paying attention to crypto when Michigan's in the championship tonight, because I haven't watched them in the title game since 1998. So it's been a very long time. But let me timestamp this very quickly, and then let's get into this hot and heavy. Good morning, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, January 8th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we can see, XRP's up 2.77%. Meat is the future. Welcome in. Times are exciting indeed. Jorge, Matt, good morning. David, what's going on, my friend? Sam and Sam, both Sams, welcome in, my friends. Good morning, David. UK Phil, welcome in. Always exciting to see everybody in the crowd. As we talked about yesterday, we had a beautiful dump out. We didn't quite come to 534, but we came awfully close before the reversal. I think we were down to like 544 roughly. It was never about... It was about the possibility of dumping all the way to 534. It didn't have to come all the way down there. I wanted it to come all the way down there so that it wouldn't be a reaction to where we come up for rejection. If we're looking at this in like the 2-hourly, we've got a long ways to go to the top side if it were to ride it all the way out. MK just dropping by to say good morning at the doctors. Hey, good luck with the doctors this morning. Good luck with the doctors. I'm glad you're able to stop in and say hi. The 45-minute... Honestly, we've got a little bit of room if it wants to come up. 30 minutes, same thing. It's only in the smaller time frames where we're going to start to push into this overbought now, but we're still not even there yet. XRP did a nice job clearing out yesterday. It just didn't do the 100% job I was hoping for. That's all. I went long at 55, but don't know if I should hold it. Well, that's... kind of a loaded question because I don't know what kind of leverage you went on. I don't know if it's just a swing trade, like if it's just a 1x trade. Your first opportunity you're looking for, though, is this rejection. If it's going to get rejected, your first spot for a consolidation is around that 572, which we've hit. Once over here, came back, trying to use the 20-day. So right now, I mean, it's very difficult to say how high it's going to go. Now, I can say algo bounced off of it after it pushed through, and it was up 2-3%, then all of a sudden it bounced another 7%. But really, you've got VeChain that made a nice bounce. I'm looking at Flare very closely this morning because it seems like it is lagging behind as far as some of the others. I mean, in the 30, you can see it's starting to drag up now with that W reversal. I'm trying to get an overall feel of the market. But we are in these areas. If you look at the 4-hourly, especially with XRP, we're up at the 20-day right now. So I know a lot of people want this to continue, but I would love to see this rejection here. I know it sounds like, oh my God, he's killing the rally again. But like, we're coming up to the 200, so let's come up to 5723, or we've already hit it once. If we could get a firm rejection there, consolidate this run up, and then just kind of pull the wool under everybody. And it sucks, but I wanted it to come here. There's no secret. If it would have come there, we would have cleared out into such a range that it wouldn't even have mattered on the reverse back up, and then you wouldn't have had to worry about that. But now, you do. I mean, unless we're breaking out, we're basically at that point now. I think I'm up a little too high. It's like this. This is basically what you're looking at. Can you get on top of that? I know we've already got it drawn out in this, but see how we're on the bottom of this right now? So if you're in a long, this would be your optics right now. Can we get rejected by this flag and then come back down? Like, if you get rejected by that flag, it would certainly open the door for the next consolidation. But that's an if. That's a very big if. And then you could have a rotation of 6%, which if you got a 6% rotation from here down, it would be absolutely unbelievably awesome. But as it is right now, this bear flag, bull flag, mid flag, what we don't even know what kind of flag it is because it's dead center. It's like a half-mast flag, like we said. If it gets rejected here, anybody in a long right now is going to have to pay very close attention if you're in a futures long. Now, if you're just in a long like I am, where I bought at 346, I couldn't give a rat's ass what happens right here. You know, it's about farther into the future. What I hold XRP for is not even to sell it back for fiat. So a lot of people ask me the wrong question. Tom, why don't you just sell it and take your money? What money? It's currency. I don't want currency. I'm trading my currency for the promise of money later. How about that? I think that's how I should start saying it. Just like gold and silver, I trade my currency for money. I'm trying to do the same thing with crypto while it's cheap. You know, while it's at these levels. So then in a later date, I can turn it in for money. And money can be utilized for houses, cars, you know, your personal pleasures. It's just disguised in currency. Or basically just paying an exchange rate to use the US dollar as a real money. Inflation is the tax we pay each and every year, and it devalues our dollar. That's why it costs more to go to the grocery stores. That's why it costs more to fill up your car. That's why it costs more to heat up your home or pay your insurance or anything else we have to do. Buy food, right? Utilities, anything. So right now for XRP, yes, we've had a fantastic reversal. I wish it wouldn't have quite reversed here, but you know, XRP likes to do this. We come up about 4.5%. Hopefully this is a rejection. I'm hoping this is a rejection, and then we can continue this move down to about 535. Because I know the long-term prospects here. We've got to do this properly. As far as alts, I see a few comments. Yes, if 45,000 rejects at Bitcoin, which, let's be honest here, 30-minute, we still got a little room here. But when you start to go into these higher time frames, we're going to start after this 2-hour candle. Man, we're getting really close up here now. We've still got a little room, though. If Bitcoin wanted one more volatile spike, it certainly could happen. But if it gets rejected at 45,000, that would certainly make it interesting. But it's Bitcoin, man. They're really pumping this thing right now. So 45,000 is a true line in the sand right now. That is, whoever said that, you're absolutely on the ball. And then if it drops that, it would go down to about 42,990 area. And then if it drops that, it'd go down to around the, 39,000 and some change. But XRP, we're firm right now. We've got to get above this bear flag, or this flag that we broke down out of. And of course it deleted my chart, but that's okay. Which one did it delete? Maybe it didn't. Maybe I just didn't see it. I felt like it is not there anymore. I put it all the way to the bottom. Like, has anybody seen what sense does that make? But if you're watching right now, please, 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 make sure to hit that like button. We have 59 people in here and 34 likes. I think we can do a lot better on the likes. I'm just saying. 34 likes. If you don't want to hit the like button, you can always send a YouTube super chat. I haven't seen anybody do that. Or join Tom's Army. I haven't seen anybody do that. I don't even know how many people have joined in the new year. So, you know, if you want to circumvent hitting that like button, that's absolutely on you. You can send a YouTube super chat or join Tom's Army. But if you want to help progress this channel, you will certainly help me with that like and share button. It's free. And as we can see with the DXY, this is another major tell what's going to happen the rest of the day in crypto. The DXY is dumping right now. And it's going to be back into an oversold area in the next few hours. So we have dumped back down here. It's pretty interesting because these shorter time frames are going to be screaming for a reversal with the DXY here in the short term. It's like gold right now, too, is having the exact opposite effect. It's come up now, and now as precious metal, or as the DXY came down to consolidate, it almost looks like gold's going up for a rejection at the same time. So I'm not getting too excited on gold yet. Like I said, I would get super excited on gold. Not that I don't own any, but I would get super excited if we came back down to where I showed this. But this would take some time to finish this out. That's like a June pattern. But we've gotten rejected here. It almost looks like we need to come down farther. It doesn't almost look like it. It looks like gold's trying to consolidate, but at the same time, it broke past the 20-day right now. So now it makes me feel like it's going to come up at least in these smaller time frames, like that 2050 again. to get a rejection, even though we've had a death cross, and we could very easily get a rejection in the 2 hourly. It's just, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting. But like we're seeing right now, XRP, if you want to just focus on XRP, because that's what you're trading, that's what you love, XRP has broken down, and now it's retesting the breakdown. If you want continuation to the downside, this is where you have to get a rejection here. Otherwise, you come back up to the 200 in the 2 hourly. And then what happens? Now it could completely, see, this is the thing. If we want the rejection now for a bigger bounce after, you'd want something like this. Because what's going to end up happening here, and it can happen both ways. The problem is if it happens here, it very well could end this consolidation, and then we'll just continue to go up until we run out of steam. But look, boom, 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 breakdown. If we did this, bam, up to the 200, and then retest this breakout, that's ideal. What's not ideal is we come through, first breakdown, come back up, get a rejection here. This ends up being a support bounce to something up here, but then we lose that 63 or 65 just to come right back down. We're trying to avoid the next step. We're trying to go, bam, got the rejection, back down, back up for rejection at the 200 and the 2 hourly, back here for a support, back up to the 200, break up, break back through. Let me lower this. Break back through, and this is what you would want. And I know it seems like, oh my God, this is going to take fucking forever. And how are we even going to finish it in this kind of emotion? But this is I'll show you. It's a really minute thing when it comes to crypto, because you've literally got your breakdown, right? You broke, unbelievable. For whatever reason, I keep double hitting this, and I have to keep reopening what I've already opened. It's probably because it's earlier, and it's, so we went through, broke down, rejection, back down, back up to the 200, back to this flag, back up here, and then you want to bounce off of this as the latest support. If we do, bam, back to 200, back to here, and up, that's likely a rejection. It's not a guarantee, but that's likely would look like that. I don't want that. So what's the harm in rejection down 6%, back to the 200, back to the flag, back up to the rising channel resistance from June of 2022, and then up for support, and then up to the top of the bull flag at 67 and some change. That's what is the bullish route. So you can watch it play out in real time today, whether it takes the bullish or bearish. And it's not like, oh, we'll just die right away, because look where the 4 hourly is. That's what I'm saying. Oh my God, if the 4 hourly could just push down a little bit more, I'd be so happy. But it looks like a reversal candle here. It looks like we, unless in about, or the daily candle, it looks like it's trying to put the reversal in right now. I don't want the reversal, I'll be honest. I know the daily's in the oversold, but I just know the optics. If it didn't break back up, and let's just say it squeezes back down, nobody says it can't come down to 53 cents on a quick pull. But yeah, this is a head and shoulders right now. You are absolutely correct about that. It would be putting in a right shoulder. And then, obviously, if that happened, you could even come down farther. If you did that and came through, it might not even hit 53. It could come down to this downtrending support. But that's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I'm hoping for. I actually made some money last night on algo. Not as much as I could have, but it was still a decent amount. But XRP, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting to put that nice futures trade in. I don't want to say I wish I would have did it yesterday, because I still feel like XRP, it's trying to show us a little bit of optics here. So I felt like I had to go with one that was way in the oversold, so I did. But like I said, I'm not even a genius. I got in at algo, and last night when I went to bed, I sold out, and it went up a couple percent more. But I was in a pretty lengthy futures trade, so I'm not going to say it didn't do well. I made more than most people before I even woke up today. So I'm not mad about that, but I could have tripled what I made. You know, I wasn't expecting the full 10% bounce right away before I woke up. I was expecting consolidation around 5 o'clock this morning, 6 o'clock. But it ended up carrying out. But right now, it's up to major resistance. So, major resistance for algo. We need to see if we pass this 1941. I mean, for algo, it's in its best interest to consolidate now. If we want more continuation with algo, we've got to consolidate. Smaller time frames are going to end up being out of control here. They started coming down now. If it can finish down to the 2 on a dump in the smaller time frames, it would be absolutely beautiful. 30-minute is where we're going to figure it out at the 20, because I don't necessarily know if it's going to hold this. If it holds this in the 3-minute, we're coming up to rejection. If it can break down and come back down to the 20, hold that support again around 1880, even 1850, I'd be fine with. That would be a beautiful sign for algo that it might not be done, but man, has that come up. Man, has that come up. So, but with the head and shoulders question, 76 people watching, only 48 likes. Can you guys please do me a favor and hit that like button? Remember, it's the power of positivity this year. It's the power of inclusiveness. We're trying to help each other. The information I'm giving you right now, 99% of the people would charge you to get it. They'd hide behind a paywall. I don't do that. All I ask is for your equal participation, but also your pay it forward mentality, as I'm paying it forward right now by doing this live and giving you my time. All I ask for my time is a like. No donations today, there hasn't been. Nobody's joined Tom's army. So I don't see any reason why we can't hit that like button. Be positive here, ladies and gentlemen. It's the start of a new year. Don't you want this channel to grow to 20,000? Don't you want this community to become the forefront of the crypto stations here on YouTube? Don't you want a station that you can trust, that actually gives you the technical analysis unbiasedly and shows you the truth? I had a very nice donation yesterday from someone because they got into a short at 58 cents on XRP, and I even told them at 56 cents that should be your line in the sand, you know, and you don't want to ride it all the way up to 58. So it's exactly what happened yesterday. So now we're looking at it again. And yes, I agree. I appreciate that, the healthy discussion. It's a very truthful and trustworthy station. I don't have time for the BS, because this is how I make my living. Not through the station, but through my trading. I haven't worked a real job in 3 years. That's just the truth. Am I the only one who sees a drop to 41 cents? No. I wouldn't say you're the only one, but my friend, before we can get to 41 cents, yes, Mo, exactly. Hit that like button and show respect. But we're doing a little bit better job now, I could already tell. So the problem with XRP, to just say it's going down to 43 cents, and it's not that you're the only one who sees it, but it's actually, if you come down to that area, then you could also look at 37.5, but that's the actual overall formation. My question to you is, do we want to come down there? We have the rising channel that is above that. So if we want to break down, and let's just say we lose this little flag, that's where you come down to the rising channel support. That's the June of 2022 pattern. So before you can even get there, look at the 4-hourly. If we do this properly, hopefully we don't have to come all the way down there yet before another big breakout. Because we do have a bull flag set up. I mean, it is what it is. It looks like a bull flag. It also looks like a bear flag. So it's I like to call them the mid-tier flag, because it's almost like it all depends on the way the trading bots go now. Because look at this. That's almost dead middle. I think it's more of a bull flag, but fuck. Good luck with that. Kryptonian, thank you so much. Respect back to you, my friend. JW, welcome in. I hope you're having a blessed start to the day. Black Nemesis, Michigan 34, Washington 27. Love it. I would not argue with that. I love it. Am I crazy? Looks like XRP down to 41 cents. Kevin for $1.99. No, like I was trying to say, it's not impossible. But you should be targeting, if it does break down like that, right here. You'd be targeting that rising channel support. That's your major support over here. It's about 43.2 cents if it were to break down. It's if this head and shoulders breaks down. It's in our best, like for XRP, if it broke down, the bigger the drop, the higher the rise right now. Right now, we're in a beautiful spot for XRP to decide. Do we want to go for rejection? Are we going to come down to support, and are we going to make a huge bounce out of this? That's just where we're at right now. It's either we come down to support and we go bam, and man, if we do something like that, or better yet, we go bam, bam, bam. I mean, if we did this, imagine if we did that. That would be, if it, oh man, I would literally stack open a futures trade, even with my long, with my accumulation that I've done. And I would open up a long here if it did this on a futures. If it did that, I would absolutely try to ride something like this. And there would be 2 or 3 different layers you could buy and sell here, but that's what we're looking for. If you're asking me how XRP gets super bullish, that's the formation you want to, nothing else. That's what you want to see. Now you could see it at a smaller point where you create this inversion, where you go boom, boom, back up, and then back down. But fine, either way. Give me either one of them and I'm happy. Either way, even if it wants to go boom, 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 I mean, I don't care. I would take any of this. Any of this. We just need to create the inversion. We're trying. We're absolutely trying to create the inversion. It's just, I don't think it's going to hold. I think somehow, some way, something bad's about. I mean, everybody's calling for a pump on the 9th. I don't know what the hell everybody's talking about. I'm not saying it's not going to pump, but they keep talking about the crypto, what is it? The crypto ritual. I don't know who's pushing that, but I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. I'll be honest. I don't got time for the crypto ritual. What is the crypto ritual after all? Wooter, no problem, my friend. I love that people say thanks, coach, to me. As you know, I coached football the last 2 seasons. And my first season, we came runner-up. And then my second season, we won the championship. Yep, leading these young men to champions. They were only in 6th grade. Imagine being a champion in 6th grade. Oh, yeah. Apparently, an XRP ETF is being talked about. Yeah, it's been talked about for quite some time. But I don't know about the ETF. We got to get through an Ethereum approval of the ETF and Bitcoin before I think we can get to an XRP. That's just me speculating. Sam, thank you so much for the $19.99 donation. I certainly wasn't expecting that. You are incredibly generous. Tom, you're always appreciated for your dedication. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sam. I really appreciate that. I came on this morning. I know I would have done a normal 7 or 8 minute update, but I wanted to come on this morning. I didn't know how much time I had later, so if you stick around here, I'm going to do the midday market report mixed in here too. So I'll change my title to the midday market report at the end of it. But I wanted to get through this. But anybody who's sitting here, we're going to let XRP run for a minute, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see if XRP can actually start to move up here, or if it's going to get the rejection. And as we do wait for it, hey, percent better, thank you. I'm glad to see you in here as well. Tanya, welcome in, love. Before we go to the midday market report, we're going to take a look at H-bar for Tanya, up 5.5% to the 792 level. Looks like we're coming up to a resistance. Probably, Tanya, unless it gets slapped down, I would say we're probably going to get a rejection, try to at 848, because this looks like it's putting in that same head and shoulders, possibly. Hourly's starting to come up a little bit. 2 hourly's got a couple candles left if it wants to roll. 4 hourly's got a lot more room than that. So I think it's better than not odds we could come up here. It's just if we look in the shorter time frames, would it be in our best interest to get a rejection at the 200? You fucking better believe it. Excuse my French. We want to get a rejection at 8, just like XRP. Rejection at 807. This could create a small inversion because it's probably not going to have to do what XRP does. But this could create this small, maybe it comes up to the 200, rolls around like this. That would give it enough, probably right here for this last bounce. Now, if we're like, okay, Tom, what does it need to do to have a huge bounce? This. Bam. If it does that, continuation. Just, that's it. It's so simple this morning because everything's doing the same thing. Flare, like I said when I first came on, looked like one that somebody could have jumped on. I'm just doing my live, so there's no way I could because I can't look at both. I don't like to be in a trade and try to do my live and try to dick around. The one that I'm punching myself in the face for is Zill. Last night, my son was up till 4:30 a.m. I almost, right here at fucking 4:30, and it scared me because I'm like, I don't think I can put a stop loss in because I knew there was a retracement. I just didn't have the guts. It was at 2025. I was going to do a 10x, and I was going to go no stop loss because even if you would have did a stop, it would have come down 11%, and I knew that it had a retracement in it because in the 1 and 2 and 5 minute, it was showing severely overbought. So instead of buying it, because I didn't know if we would get a wick all the way down farther than I needed, I ended up not buying it, And at a 10x trade right now, I'd be sitting up on $1,000. I'd be up another like $350 this morning. I made about, and I'm not sad in the least on my algo trade. It was just about $413. It very easily could have been about $1,100. So yes, I am very happy with that. But even I make bad decisions in the moment because it's speculative. I had $1,000 on it at 10x, so that's a $10,000 trade. It's moving at 10 times the speed, and I was down about $312 to start. Even though I barely missed it, it had that quick wick down, even though it was in severe oversold. I trusted my instinct, and it went all the way up. And it went a little bit higher than I thought. So, but I took it. I took my, I had a target, and once it hit it, I'm like, I'm probably going to be going to bed. And what happened? My son stayed up for 2 more hours. So I could have actually watched it to go up to about 18 and some change. So, but that's what I always say. You're not here because you're going to get the 100% nuts and you're not going to get the 100% return. You've got to find a median to where you're happy. You got to find, hey, this is point A, this is point B. I'm expecting a consolidation, and if it goes past it, so be it. Next time, if I were to overhold it, maybe it goes down for the consolidation and knocks me out at a lower price. You know, that's where it's hard on the futures trades. I always say, I don't like to promote it, but when I talk about a spot where you can buy and I show you the supports for a futures trade, you might want to listen to it. I showed with algo, I showed with XRP, and I could have easily took the XRP side of it, which I actually would have been more comfortable because it's not as volatile right now. Really, the one that pisses me off is ZIL. Because I had ZIL by the balls, but it was 4:30 in the morning, and I went to bed, or it was like 5 o'clock. And I'm like, oh my God, it's going to retrace. And my eyes were just, I was just falling asleep. I couldn't help it. I was up all day. I only got like 4 hours of sleep the day before. But like XLM, it's another one we talked about yesterday, how it was just getting into that perfect buy opportunity. It really was. It wasn't as perfect as XRP, but it bounced off just the same. We're looking, I would like to see a rejection up here at no worse than 11.9. Actually, I'd like to see it quicker. What am I talking about? I would love to see it right here at 11.86. Again, I'm not somebody who hops around. I was in algo. I made my futures trade on this round. Now I've got to wait. Now I've got to wait for the next flux. I would love to buy something else, and that's what kept me from buying ZIL because we hadn't flushed. But damn it, I had it by anyhow. We're going to go into the midday market report because I don't like to talk futures even as much as I have. Backbone Society joining Tom's Army. Holy schmagoles. A member of Tom's Army on this beautiful Monday morning when Michigan plays in the national championship against Washington. But I appreciate you, and I know you're in month 1 because that's me being abducted by aliens and that emoji badge. Oh yes, that's me being abducted. You see the spacecraft. My face is superimposed on that as well. And rest assured, if you continue and stay in Tom's Army, in month 2, you get the emoji badge of Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. In month 3, you get the XRP emoji badge, the Meteor. In month 5, what is it, the Predictor? Or the Flamin' XRP. In month 6, it's the Predictor. In 1 year, you get the I Told You So badge. And then in the 2-year badge, which many have, and I'm almost to a 3-year badge now, which is already ready. I just need someone to get there. Somebody's at, I believe, 34 months, 33 months, so we're very close. The 2-year badge is the 589 badge, and it's basically the, not $589 at the end of 23.589 cents, and I nailed it. And that was a 2-year. I had that out for 2 years. I started in 21, and I've made that projection through the emoji badges, everybody knows as well. And I said everybody was wrong who was saying the Simpsons are saying $589 end of 2023. It doesn't make a lot more sense to be 0.589, and we were right. So anyhow, Dow Jones down 82.13 or 0.22%. We'll roll through this, and then I'll let you guys go. The Dow Jones is trying to consolidate. It came down to the 37,274. This is actually your line in the sand right now. If it breaks this, you're absolutely coming back down, and we really need to come down here. Really need to come down here, though. If we want to come down here and retest this broadening wedge, and I know it sucks for some if you're in the stock market, but you're looking at 36,286 for a legit clear out, but it doesn't look like that's even going to happen. It really doesn't. I don't even know if we have the strength to come down there. They're going to pump this so hard. We're showing a reversal in the 1 hourly. So if this continues, if we hold 37,224 or 274 like we have, Your next continuation would be a nice one up to 39,816. That finishes off the first target of the broadening wedge. The first target from the breakout was 37,274. If it held this, you could try to run up to the top of the broadening wedge breakout point, which is 39,816. If it did the proper consolidation, the overall move is up to 41,915 if you can get on top of this first or the second tier. It's a 3-tier move. We've already broke the first tier, which was 37,274 on the shorter broadening wedge breakout to the top. And then if we held this part of the broadening wedge, your first target was 37,274, which it's held. Now, if we can consolidate properly, you should be able to finish off the entirety of the move, which would be at 39,816, but that remains to be seen. DXY is down 31 cents or 0.3% to 102.126. DXY, we've talked about, it was oversold so badly last week that we had to have the return rally, and I don't think it's done yet. This is what we remember, the V shape I created. Does everybody remember the V shape that I created last week? I should have kept it up here. This is exactly what I drew out. And then it decides, are we going to come back through 101.69? Are we going to hold this level and then try to make a huge rise back up to like 108? I highly doubt we're coming way back up there. I mean, look at how high the 4-hourly even went after all of that. Didn't take very long to do this, a week or two. But I still think there's probably one more bounce to remain. Unless this gets an overall rejection and we lose 101.69, we should possibly come up again to around that 103.60, 103.80 area, somewhere in there. But if we lose this, we're coming probably right back down to a pairing at 1-to-1 at 100. So the DX or the US 10 years back under 4%, down 1.88% or 0.08 basis points. A lot of selling will be here in the new year. Eventually, though, they're going to have to bring this back up, but I don't think this is done yet. I still think we have to create the inversion to help this push out. 4-hourly's getting up there now. 4-hourly's getting up there now, so it really looks like we're in need of a tune out here, at least a clear out. The 2-hourly's starting to come down and clear some space. Man, that's breaking down right at the golden cross too, though. It looks like it needs more consolidation. Maybe in the 4-hourly it's going to come down, because it looks like it's starting to try to show a reversal, possibly. Let's see how far this comes down. Let's see if we do lose this at the 3.99%. It rotates down. Let's see if we start heading towards 3.7. That's what would be next. U.S. crude oil is down 4.74%. I told everybody we're not getting excited last week. That's why I haven't said anything about the oil stock. It made an impartial push up, which was not necessary, and now it needed to retrace, and it's down $3.50 per barrel to $70.36 on WTI priced in U.S. dollars. And we knew it was coming back down. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm a genius, but when it creates a wedge, it more than likely is going to retest the wedge. And like it was a little off, but it needs to retest here like this, somewhere down here. Especially if it breaks this, it should come down here to 68.49. There's going to be an opportunity here, though. At some point here, I promise you, it just unfortunately took the rejection route instead of coming to support the very first time. And it makes it painful, and then it makes a lot of people get trapped. So we're going to continue watching this. 2-hourly's dumped out beautifully. We'll wait to see how this looks, but this should be looking a lot better in the 4-hourly here once it clears out this candle. Oh yeah. Watch for we're going to keep a close eye on this for the next couple days. I'm going to be looking very closely at oil stocks, so pay very close attention. Gold down $12, but it has to be in relation to U.S. dollars, the U.S. economy. Gold down $12.54 an ounce, down 0.61% to 22,032.86. Reversal candle, though, in the 4-hourly. Gold's trying to reverse here, so be very, very observant here. Be very observant, because if this is a reversal, it doesn't mean that we're going to break out or anything. It just means if this is a reversal candle, it's probably going to try to run back up here and see how we are going to react to that 2,100 and some change area. That's if we run up. And right now we're doing it, trying to hold the 200-day, and that's telling you that the pattern hasn't broken down yet. So that 2,025 is going to tell us everything we need to know. 4-hourly, we're getting back into a very, very opportune moment here. Personally, XRP can go either way, but I personally think it needs to dump more here for it to have a larger continuation. Otherwise, I was showing earlier, and I'll show it one more time. XRP, if it takes the down route, it's going to take the rejection route. Or, I mean, if it takes the up route, this is basically what can happen here. And then I'm done with XRP because I got to finish this and I got to get my day going here. XRP, if it does this, it's probably getting, if it comes here, it's definitely getting a rejection. But if it does this, just where everything's at would probably get rejected there to come back down. And then we'll see what happens. What we want it to do, or I mean, it'll probably do this, and then it might do this, and then bounce up. We don't want that. That's the rejection route. We want rejection, support, or even better, support right here at 50, which would be the best opportunity, double bottom. You could fill this in beautifully then, right? But it needs to come all the way down there to do that. So what I want is, it came down, cleared, right? Clear, consolidation, down, back to rejection, back down, and then you come up here to the 200, and then you support. Better yet, you could come down, make the bounce to here, support, up, support, up, support. We need that. Not 33 cents. No. You're going too far. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you go down to 33, you busted the pattern and we're fucked. Absolutely not. You cannot go down to 33 cents. And I'll tell you why, my friend. I know we want 33. It is a big bounce. But let me tell you something. If we go down there, this pattern's been going since 2016. If we break this pattern from 2016, the support's at 38 cents. Maybe a little bit lower at like 37, like 37.7. If you break that, it's the facts. Let me ask you a question about the facts. How are the facts at 33 cents? And I'm not going any farther than this, but this is the, I know the wick can come down, but if we're looking at the overall formation, it's suggesting that if you're looking at the pattern only, that if it comes down below 37.7 cents, if it comes to 33, it likely will come up for rejection, then is what it's telling us, for a run down to 21 cents. But yeah, I would absolutely like to see a wick down to 33. I would love to see that and then a pullback through. So yeah, it could absolutely come down there. So you're hunting the 2016 uptrend is what you're, or the 2016 formation uptrend is what you're hunting right now. So, my friend, what am I looking at? That is the entire life of XRP. Yep. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's the 2016 uptrend. I've said it many times. You could pull it all the way back to 20. You could pull it back farther if you want, but that's a lower uptrend. If you go back to 2013, that brings you down to 21 cents. That's a big difference. If you go back a little bit farther, it's even bigger. Yes, sir. You're right about that, Evan. So yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. If we came down there, like I said, the bigger the drop, the bigger the bounce. So it's basically how far are we going to bowl this rubber band down. But yeah, I'm absolutely in agreement with you there. Absolutely. Oh yeah, I've heard it a million times. The Phoenix will rise. XRP's the Phoenix. You know. Gotta, rise out of the ashes. I get it. Oh, I do. I turn my tablet upside down to see exactly what you're saying, Evan. I know what you're saying. If it comes down into that area, that's why I keep saying it's the bounce. But how far are they going to let it go? I think we're going to do it in a very, it is the fractal of a phoenix. It is. You are right about that. I just hope if we come down, it needs to come down there. It absolutely does. But in these shorter time frames, I'm looking at the immediate levels, because it's not going to be able to just come down to 33 cents where we're at right now. It's impossible. Well, not impossible, but it's just going to be very difficult. But gold, anyhow, because you have to take it by level. So we'd have to break the rising channel. Then we'd have to break the formation from 2016. So it would take a little bit of up and down, but we could certainly get there. Gold, though, if we start reversing here, we want to see a pushback to 1930. It's just gold is very close to that oversold, even in like a 4-hourly. So we'll see. We'll see. B2 gold's up 1.64% to $3.09. This is another one that's very tricky. We're up at that rejection point right now. It's at this rejection line. We've already had it come through in the 4-hourly. So if we come up here for rejection, I would love to see this at $2.40. But it's going to firmly depend on gold. We've got silver at $23.18. It's flat. Very flat. It's on a retracement right now. It's about to have a bearish cross in the daily. I still think it needs to come down to the uptrending support, but it is trying to put a sneaky reversal, so who knows? Like I said with XRP and crypto, same thing. This looks like it could come down, but whenever it looks like it does, whenever it feels like it could, it's got a lot of room to come up for rejection still, or even farther. So it's going to be a very, very consolidatory type of day. And then last but not least, the gold silver ratio is 87.6. We hit the rejection point for the first tier. That's no secret. We knew at 90 it was going to at least have to have a consolidation. And now if you look at the daily, we're probably going to start hunting back down towards the 86 level and see how much more we want to consolidate. And then with Fortuna Silver Mines, and I really got to run. I've been on for 40 minutes. It's been a fantastic live so far. If you appreciate what I do, hit that subscribe button. And join the over 19,000. We're only like 7 subscribers away from 19,600 on our journey here to 20,000. If you want to show me personal support, you can always send a YouTube super chat or join Tom's Army. If you're looking to trade XRP, whether spot trading or futures or leverage, I should say, for the lowest fees, look in my video description. It's what I use for a reason. And then if I need to, I send it to other exchanges. I send XRP to my wallet, formerly known as Zoom. And, I just try to get the lowest spot fees. So don't be a victim to the fees. Try to find the cheaper options. It's in my video description. I'm not asking for anything. I just put the links there because it's easier. And now for Fortuna Silver Mines, I've been very transparent. I want it to bounce down to $3 and about 23 cents area. And I think we could. We had a reversal that failed, and now we're going to see if we can continue coming down to that area. If it does, it's a very opportune moment to buy. The daily will be in a beautiful spot. Weekly, it'll be in a more desirable spot than it seems, because if this closes down there, the weekly is going to continue to dump. But other than that, thank you all so much. Remember the power of positivity. Don't play into the darkness, be the light. We're very inclusive here. We have to be together in this year, in this journey to 2028. Mr. Carter, welcome in. Hashtag mother second choice. But yeah, that's basically it. He joined at 2:45 a.m., but I got to go, everybody. It's been a beautiful live. I'm glad that we did this. I'm glad we're able to get together this morning. I'm going to do another live here in the afternoon. But this was the midday market report, along with, obviously, the crypto coverage. So thank you all so much. Michigan in the under, $1,000 parlay. And Michigan right now, the beauty of it is, too, 73% of the money, I wonder where the money's at right now, 73% of the money is on Washington. Money on Washington. It was on the straight bet. And with Alabama, like I said, Vegas would have lost their ass, and it's just lining up for Michigan this year for some reason. 93% of the money was on Bama, and I said, Vegas can't win like that. So it doesn't always work that way, but I was at least putting it in my favor. Washington versus Michigan betting trends. And I know not all of you are going to care, but I care. If you're a fan of Michigan, I certainly care. So here's the bet. Oh, ooh. This is what we want. Washington against the spread is getting about 70% of the money still. This is beautiful. Vegas is going to get cooked if Washington wins. They're going to get cooked. When you get 70% or more, roughly, even if it's about 65%, once you get to 65-35, Vegas gets cooked. And you start to look at the money line in the opposite direction. So if Washington wins on $1,000, you'd make $1,700. If Michigan wins on $1,000, you'd only make $500 on the money line. Money line bet percentage. Wait a minute. Washington versus Michigan. Why does it say 91% money line bet percentage? There's no way 91% on Michigan. That's not what it was. There's no way. No. Against this. If it flew that far, there's no way. Oh, the money line handle percentage. 86%. Now it's got my wheel spinning. There's no way. Money point. Yeah, this is what I seen. It must be way up there. I'm telling you guys, the money's coming in a... Where's this at? As of Thursday, 64% of the bets and 62% of the handle at FanDuel were on Washington to cover. Yeah, see? Overall, though, that's what I was saying on the handle. It's much better than that. Now, that was 3 days ago. Look at the handle now. 86% is on the money line. Oh, my God. This is almost as bad as Bama. The money line handle for Bama was 93%. Vegas is going to get cooked if Michigan loses. They're going to get cooked. 86%? Oh, my God. That is awesome. 69% are betting on them in the spread. Oh, man. Look for Michigan to cover. You could see Michigan covering here. I'm not saying they're going to win, but if they do, look for them to cover. There's a lot of action here. And then all the action going on the over is interesting. So Michigan to cover on the under, according to Vegas. If you look into it, it should be Michigan to cover on the under. Man, the money line handle, 86%. Holy hell. For anybody who doesn't know. I mean, there's so much money on Washington. Washington, money line, bets. Oh, and I'm super excited. I haven't seen Michigan in a championship since 1997, 98. All right. Here are the college football odds, yada, yada, yada. Where is the money on Michigan and Washington? .7% chance to win for Michigan according to the analytics. Think about that. Here's the other thing. On ESPN and all the major outlets, they're making Michigan look like they're too soft. We can't, listen to how stupid. We can't possibly guard the Washington wide receivers. They're too NFL ready. Does anybody realize the Washington core of wide receivers is not as good as the Ohio State core from 2 years ago and last year? So that's where I just don't understand it. And then they also say that we can't handle their size. Like, do they realize we've been recruiting to beat Georgia and Alabama for 3 years since we got smoked by Georgia? That nobody realizes it. Last year we were over cocky and we needed that. If we would have won last year, we got smoked against Georgia again, and then all of our seniors would have, or all the ones would have left, like Blake Corum, JJ, all the ones, Mike Sanders, so all the ones who came back to win a championship. So, and because they got punched in the face, and you can't leave like that. Sometimes you got to get punched in the face to actually be something. And then you have to be too cocky. It's happened to all of us. Gives us, you either become humble or you become, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, right now I'm very happy with where the money's at. A lot of money on Washington. Like, a lot of money on Washington is being poured in. Vegas is going to get cooked if Washington wins. So, at least we have that in our favor. That's what I wanted to see. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I appreciate each and every one.